Want some candy?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I hear you looking for candy, man, bitch.
Give me some sugar, baby. Like scary movies.
Uh-huh. Want some candy?
You fools ready?
Grill me.
What's up, you creepy little brain slugs? The gang is back. Myself, Screaming E from the Memphis Murder Men, Oubliette Sparks from Tsunami Bomb, and Gucci T. Mike Terry from the Jukebox Romantics. We're finally back to talk about Fred Dekkers' 1986 sci-fi horror banger.
Classic.
Banger.
It's a
Banger,
good
banger,
year.
banger.
It's a good year.
Classic. Night of the Creeps. That's what we're going to talk about, you little fucks. And we're going to talk about some horror news. I think we're going to get into some. Horror news brought to you by Time Bomb Toys, located at 300 Camp Horn Road in Pittsburgh,
mall.
Pennsylvania. Not in the mall or strip
In
mall.
a strip mall.
Across the street,
Mall.
kind of.
No,
It's like two stores.
Bye.
Near ice cream.
Near ice cream, across the hall from a jerk
Massage
shack.
parlor.
Yeah.
Well, it's ice cream that we don't know if it's good or not. So like we're not recommending the ice cream, but if you see the ice cream, go across the street and get some toys
Yes.
or like horror goods, not handies. Unless you want to get a handy.
Yeah.
I
or both.
saw the man had some bunch of stuff going on this week.
Oh yeah,
Sales and
well
stuff.
yeah, he's got
So
some
much
sales.
stuff.
Bob's got some sales. He's gonna be doing some little conventions, which is funny because when I'm gonna be back for the Living Dead weekend, he's gonna be there vending, so he won't even be at the store. So I won't even be able to go get ice cream or
Damn.
French
I mean, you
fries.
could.
I mean, I could,
Right.
but
Or an old fashioned.
or yeah, is that what they call going to the massage parlor and be like, "Can I get an old fashioned?" You know what that is? Yeah.
CJ.
Yeah. But yeah, check them out online or in person. TimeBombToys.com.
Cool.
Guys, it's been a while, but we're back. We made it happen by the grace of God or Beelzebub or both or whoever's running this fucking simulation.
Lots of news.
Pale satin.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hail Santa's little helper. Yes, there's so much news, some good and some bad. Who wants to start?
I feel like I'll start.
No
Okay.
one.
I'll start. Some of them are gonna will go turn into a longer convo. So I'll do quicker news. I'll do the quicker news. So
Yeah.
cons or cans, depending on what part of the world you're from. Is it
Oh
cons?
god
or
damn
cans?
it. Mine was gonna be a cons thing, but go on.
All right, then I'll
Go
skip it.
on.
I'll skip it.
No, do it. Because
It may be different. Who knows?
It's different. It's probably
Okay.
different.
There's a bunch of movies playing at cans or cons, and Ari Aster's got a movie. Whoa, robots. Ari Aster's got a movie coming out with Pedro Pascal, so who knows if that's fucking horror related. Not to trigger, but the Phoenician Scheme, Wes Anderson movie's coming out. That's supposed to be pretty good. Where is this one movie I was looking for? Here. Oh, this one does sound interesting. A psychological thriller called Die, My Love, with Jennifer Lawrence, Robert Pattinson, and Sissy Spacek, Nick Nolte. It's pretty interesting. It's a mom horror, which I don't really know if I'm into. The next one that I'm kind of into, Honey Don't by Ethan Coen. It's Margaret Qualley, Aubrey Plaza, Chris Evans, Bill Eichner, and Billy Eichner. Bill Eichner is way too proper for him. And Charlie Day follows the adventures of Honey O'Donoghue, a small town private investigator on the trail of a series of strange deaths tied to a shadowy church. So that one sounded pretty cool. And then the one that I'm most excited for, that I've been waiting for a while, is called Alpha by Julia Ducournau. You might remember her as the writer and director for the movie Raw, which was the coming-of-age cannibal film about the girl who goes to veterinarian school, and she is a vegetarian and she's forced to eat meat and kind of grows a love for eating flesh.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's French.
I haven't either.
Oh my God, Raw is so good. It came out 2017. One of my favorite movies of that year, if not my favorite. It was on Netflix for a bit, which was crazy, and I think it got taken off because it's pretty fucking gross. A little bit of body horror in there, and then her second movie was called Titan or Titan, which
Right.
came out a couple of years ago. I'm sure you guys maybe know that one. Kind of weird stuff going on in that movie. I couldn't even describe that movie. There's maybe some
Sexy
trans
car movie.
allegories. Yeah, sexy car movie. But anyway, she won the Palme d'Or for Titan or Titan, and now she's back with another movie called Alpha. It takes place in 1980s in New York, and it's a story about an 11-year-old girl living through the AIDS epidemic in New York. So sounds real light.
Oh yeah.
Very. Sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds fun. But
I mean, the 80s were fun, even with the AIDS floating around.
you know, they her other movies are pretty squeamish. I don't know about this one. This one's apparently really personal for her, and it aired like on the 19th of May. So and it got really well received. Now, it picked up already by Neon. It's supposed to come out at the end of August now or early fall of this year. So pretty cool. Check out
All right.
Alpha. That's my cans news, my cons news. More coming later. Next up, the trailer dropped for Welcome to Derry, the It movie, the It show
Right.
on HBO Max. HBO Max is back. It's no longer Max. It's just HBO Max. I've never stopped calling it HBO Max or HBO. So why we ever thought we'd call it Max, I don't know. But HBO Max is
sure.
back with Welcome to Derry, the new HBO series taking place in the same universe, and it's a prequel to the movies It and It 2 that just came out in the last couple of years. That's interesting because the showrunner for that is also the showrunner for the new Crystal Lake series on Peacock. So interesting to see how that pans out. Don't really have anything much to say other than check out the trailer. It looks like the other It things. So if you're into It, it's Bill Skarsgård is back, and we'll see how that goes. And then my big piece of news, which I think is an awesome topic to discuss, is that Dave Franco and Alison Brie are being sued. Sued
Yes, they
for
are.
fucking straight up stealing a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did this movie called Together that was getting ready to be released this summer. The trailer's already out there. It looked really fun. Turns out that somebody brought them this movie a few years ago, and they pretty much stole multiple scenes from it and even the climax. And the movie, if you want to
And
see,
weird stuff too, like weird specific stuff, like the
so specific that
like the song that was playing, like that's
Yeah,
the
that's
part
part-
that I was like, "There's no fucking way." they
that's the
didn't steal
huge
this
climax scene. That's the climax of the
Okay.
movie. Yeah. So, the movie they stole is called Better Half from only 2023.
That's so wild.
And,
Like-
and
shit. Oh,
they
who can
share-
remember that far back? Jesus.
they share the same fucking booking agency. Like, so I think it was like being passed around through their agency, something crazy like that. But
Typical.
yeah, it was a WME client. So yeah, they're both WME clients. Anyway, the movie's about bodies being fused together, which Neon bought for $17 million at Sundance this year. It was supposed to come out in August. And I can guarantee that it's definitely going to be pushed back, if not ever not come out now, in fear of getting sued some more, right? Because originally Dave Franco and Alison Brie were extended an offer to be leads in Better Half, the original movie. The screenplay was given to them in 2019, and they really wanted to cast the two of them together. And they said no, but they just stole that idea anyway, which is crazy. I tried to find Better Half online through all legal and non-legal means, and I can't find it anywhere.
Legal adjacent means.
Yeah, so it's legal for someone. So I couldn't find it. It must be somewhere. But if you're listening to this and you've seen Better Half or you know where to find it, shoot us a message on the Instagram or Facebook pages, because I'd love to see Better Half so that we can compare them if this movie Together ever sees the light of day. Because that's so fucked.
Well, I'm sure they'll just do like a Del Toro thing when he came out with The Shape of Water, and it was like a short story and filmed, and they'll make some sort of deal and be like, "Oh, sorry, here's the thing." Like, I would just ask for royalty rights or some shit.
How much royalty rights?
Yeah.
Or licensing.
Right, right.
They could definitely do a licensing deal over like a partial story and get a fair amount of money, and everything could live.
Yeah,
A tale as old as time.
fix the credits. Make sure the credits have like their names all over it, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Some sort of writing credits or some shit.
maybe some future deals. Yeah,
That's
just there is a way to save it. I just foresee it just being delayed though, just long now, right? Like
still shitty. Like
it does it kind of makes like I was watching that new show. It's so good, The Studio, with Seth Rogen. It's on Apple Plus or whatever, Apple TV. And Dave Franco was like in the last 2 episodes. I'm like, fuck, goddamn,
you scumbag.
Yeah, you piece of shit, thief.
Yeah.
So that's my news.
All right, Oops. What's your
Maybe they
other
were just
cans
really
of wisdom?
high when they read the script and they like did one of those things where you like plagiarized it without realizing.
That totally
Like
could
they
happen.
they got stoned together again and we're drinking wine and we're like, dude, what if there was a movie like this? And then the other was like, and what if this song played while this happened?
Yeah.
And now they're both like, fuck.
Like I swear we came up with this
getting
on
so
our own.
fucking high.
Yeah, dude, fucking Spice Girls 2 become 1.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's so evil.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
Actually, you know what? It's not evil. It's fucking lazy. but it's like, it's bad.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucked up. Like every once in a while, I'll write a song that is like super catchy and it gets stuck in my head all night. And what will happen is I'll try to go to sleep and it keeps racing through my head because I've convinced myself that like I bit like a tag lyric or like a big melody in it, and I like can't sleep because it's eating at me. Like, no, I didn't write this. Like I fucking probably heard this at the supermarket and I just copied it. Like I subliminally, like I heard this, and literally for weeks I will go through like Google searching with like quotations, like certain lyrics and phrases, and like to like make sure I didn't fucking steal it. So I could. Maybe they're like the opposite of me.
Maybe.
They just ignored all those dark thoughts.
But,
not creative and not thorough.
Yeah. But it's all right though if you're taking influence from older stuff or like ancient historic stuff, that's one thing. But when it's like, hey, there's this no-name thing, I'm going to steal that because I'm big and famous.
Well, no, but I don't think that I did. Like, I think that I'm
Right.
just super creative. So, you know,
that's true.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no,
I'm
just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, they're most likely guilty, but I don't know if they're consciously guilty.
Yeah,
come on, you can't steal the song and the climax of the movie. Maybe the concept.
Who knows how fucked up they were when you don't know.
No,
with all this stuff coming out about P. Diddy and other celebrities, like they seem to be fucked up all the time. So I don't even know.
And you know what else?
Ashton Kutcher's going down, baby.
Yeah, you know what else it could be too? That they didn't even read it necessarily. It was one of their people or some of their people, and they're like, "Hey guys, this would be like a cool idea." And they're like, "Oh yeah, we should make that a movie." And that they have no idea that script ever came through their fucking door.
Sometimes it doesn't even get to them like directly.
No. It got to them.
We're just playing devil's advocate, Gucci.
Terry's like, I was there. They read the script.
They
watched the movie.
The casting director for the film emailed them and extended a $20,000 offer for the lead roles in the original film.
I mean, look.
Right, but they probably want millions. You know how many $20,000 offers they get with scripts emailed?
Sure.
Yeah.
But they share the same agency. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, like I said, it's probably
it's stolen.
Nefarious.
It's stolen, but however it got there, I don't.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I have a couple.
Okay.
First, y'all love monster movies. That is not something that we hide. I also
we are not ashamed of that.
We're not ashamed. I also, because I've never met them in person, consider dinosaurs monster movies.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think they are.
Like they are, right? Like, and even if I was like next door to a T-Rex, like I still would think that motherfucker's a monster.
We have to assume they're monster movies because every time we see a dinosaur in a movie, it never looks like what a dinosaur probably looked like.
Yeah.
So
that's true too.
It's a monster created.
But even if it's something that's completely foreign to us, because I mean, if you believe science, which who knows, We did not exist
Yeah, science.
around the time of the dinosaur. So to us, they are monsters. But also an alligator.
Apparently, you didn't read the Bible, sir.
Yes.
Because
Jesus horses.
Jesus rode one.
we were riding on dinosaurs' backs.
But I mean, alligators are monsters. There's a movie.
Oh, they are. I love them so
so
much, and they're so scary.
So dinosaurs is allowed.
Along with birds.
Yes.
Oh, birds are terrifying.
I'm so afraid of birds.
Same. So I have to say, like, the first Jurassic Park is like very dear to my heart. I waited, like, I got there 3 hours before on opening day, like with my family and friends, and like fucking like that was back in the day when you'd show up 3 hours before a movie on opening day, like during the summer. Like, why not? Because you want to wait in line. That's part of the experience. And like that fucking movie, like when they're first in the Jeeps driving up and they like see all the dinosaurs and then the song hits and everything else.
Get me hard.
It's like, dude, it's tingles. And it sucks because like movies since then, I've gone to the theater and I hear that Jurassic Park song and I feel that, and they haven't given me that. Jurassic World, like I liked Blue, I liked some of it. That last movie, piece of shit. Well, I didn't finish it yet.
Wait. The last one is not the piece of shit one. It's the one before it that was a bigger piece of shit.
No, I like that one better.
No way. The one where they're stuck in the house the whole time and they're using the dinosaurs as like a gambling ring downstairs. I think you're mixing them up. There was one after that. The piece of shit one is.
Wait, there's been two after Blue with Chris Pratt?
So yeah, I was literally having this talk the other day. So there's Jurassic World, right? Then there's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And then there's another one. And the other one follows that girl and Chris Pratt and Blue and whoever, and they're living in like the snowy mountains. And Sam Neill comes back, and Laura Dern and Ian Malcolm. I can't think of the
Okay, sorry. I'm talking the one in the middle of them.
That was dog shit.
Yeah. I've never finished that one.
Yeah.
So bad.
I've tried twice, but I get like 40 minutes through it and I'm like, ugh.
Yes, the scene that you get to that you like, and then everybody should turn it off, is when the island catches fire and you see the brontosaurus crying in the fire. And it's a complete shot for shot of the first original Jurassic Park where you see the brontosaurus, and that shit is great. And then the movie turns to complete dog shit, and yes, you should all turn it off.
Okay, yeah. I like the one where Laura Dern and everyone came back. Like that one was fine.
That was the last one.
Okay, all right. So
anyway, continue. Sorry, rant over.
Okay, no, and I'm glad you brought that because
I'm Jurassic Park obsessed.
I had merged the first and third worlds together, I think. And
totally possible since they all have the same CGI blue in them. So
yes, true.
And Chris fucking Pratt.
Yeah.
So this new one, the first preview I saw, like it had hope for me and it looked fun and like an adventure movie and everything else. They just released another full-length trailer, and this motherfucker looks like a horror movie.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are some scary ass parts in that, and I would dare to even say the first one to me is a horror movie. I mean, I was terrified of those
I didn't want to
raptors. It was like hide and seek. That shit was fucking like nothing is as scary as those raptors.
I didn't want to interrupt your story when you started in the beginning about going to the theater when waiting 3 hours, but I specifically remember being 7 and being underneath the movie theater seats with my sister, crying hysterically during the T-Rex attack scene into the trucks. So yes, it is 100% a scary movie for a kid, at least.
Oh no, it has stuck with me. Like certain movies, like things that throughout time, anytime I'm in a fucking commercial kitchen by myself and I hear a noise, immediately in my head, I'm like, it's a raptor. It's fucking raptor. Why is there a raptor in this fucking kitchen? God damn it.
Can they open doors?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate this hack of crap.
And like 10 times the size that they actually were. But
oh my God, dude, the fucking scene. Oh my God, the scene where he's underground and the fucking raptor's head just pops up next to him when he's like got the arm on his shoulder. It's Laura Dern in the first movie. It's so scary. It's a horror movie scene.
Well, yeah, I mean,
pops out of the shadow.
And that was the first mainstream thing I think most people ever saw where they spoke about the birds and the relation to birds and dinosaurs, and they made those raptors move like birds.
Right.
Even raptor means bird of prey.
Of course. and that is why they're so fucking terrifying. They are so fast, and they have those fucking beady little eyes and that little beak, and like,
Please stop
fuck
me from going
them.
on the Jurassic Park Jizz Fest. Continue.
Well, then we need to do some. We probably should do some Jurassic Park episodes.
Gonna have to
at
go-
least the new
Dude,
one.
I would absolutely be down with doing Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I mean it's fun.
The saga, all of them.
Maybe that's our summer. Maybe that's the
Oh,
summer
yeah.
series we do.
Yeah,
We can
it
do
is.
that.
It is.
Jesus Christ.
Oh Jesus! My
And that
microphone
means
just
I'll have
fell.
to watch the real shitty Jurassic World all the way through. Which, let me tell you, I'm excited about making it through that.
I know. I remember saying Lost World wasn't good, and then the other ones came out.
Oh
so I
yeah,
know.
yeah, Lost World.
Vince Vaughn, baby.
Oh God, I forgot. You're right. But anyways, this one, I hope it doesn't break my heart, because this one looks to be promising. And I'm telling you, I mean, even the first one when they're in the boat and like all the fins are popping up from all the different dinosaurs, definitely scary. But in this new one, there are some like real horror elements that flash back to the original, but add more. And it doesn't seem to have, like, at least in the previews, very much cheesiness. So
Dude,
like,
it's coming out on a great weekend, July 2nd. It's fucking
know.
great.
That'll be perfect for the Summer Slaughter Creature series.
Let's do it.
To the T,
Yeah.
they are creatures. So yes,
Creature.
yeah, definitely. Okay, so that is part of it. The con.
Okay, wait. So you said a new trailer. That's what the news was. The new trailer. Okay.
Yeah. There's a new trailer that dropped, so you should check it out. And honestly, like, watch the first one and second one back to back, because like between the two, lots of horror elements, and a
Sick.
lot less silly comedy.
Go back to the original movie, the '93 Jurassic Park trailer. The first one. It's also fucking terrifying.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, remember like the droplet or the shaking in the glass of water, like that shit terrified me. It's so fucking freaky.
lots of suspense in that movie.
Yeah.
Intention.
So I think we mentioned it on one of the other horror newses, but coming out like kind of getting shopped around cons and getting picked up like internationally is a movie called Dangerous Animals. So it's the guy who did Devil's Candy, The Loved Ones, which I liked.
Oh yeah, that movie's great.
Yeah, I liked both of those movies. And basically, so it's a shark movie.
Yeah.
But it's a serial killer movie. So the bad guy is a serial killer. And I
saw
think
the trailer for this.
Yeah. So like the way he kills people, I believe, is throwing them to the sharks, or maybe like
he makes it seem like it's a shark attack, but they're trained sharks. It's real over the top.
Right. No, it looks real over the top. But so I think we talked about before, but now that it's been shown at cons and different stuff, people are saying that it's actually like it survives on tension and not gore. And the sharks end up being some of the best characters in the movies, and they're not the bad guys.
And they're real sharks.
Yeah, totally. So it like apparently has a lot of practical effects. They said there's a tiny bit of clunkiness in the writing, which obviously anything like, I mean, this
They
is
really
not gonna
threw
be
people in the water.
Shakespeare. Yeah. But it sounds, I don't know, it sounds pretty cool. And the main killer is that guy. I don't know if you say it Jai or Jay. It's Jai.
Right.
Jay Courtney. He was in like Suicide Squad. He's been in a few things. He's kind of like a very weird, creepy comedian-ish, sometimes action-ish guy. But I don't know. It's different enough that I am colored pretty intrigued by it. And yeah, they said that they took a whole lot of inspiration from Jaws, but if Bruce wasn't, because they didn't, like, Bruce wasn't the main character of Jaws. Like, he was, right? But was he really? Like, you barely saw him. It was much more like
he was the villain, but not necessarily the main character.
Yeah. But so on this one, they did akin it to Wolf Creek a couple of times, which like could go either way. I have a real love-hate with that.
Uh-huh.
that movie.
Fair. Yep.
Which I don't mind, like kind of sadistic torture porn movies, but that guy was just fucking Australian and like, but like not in a hot Australian way, in a bad Australian way. Like if you would have switched the Wolf Creek guy with Russell Crowe, totally fine with that movie.
Right.
Totally fine with it. But of course, they got this like almost comedic, like douche of a guy
hold on,
to where it
hold
just
on,
made
hold
it
on.
hard to watch. Yeah.
Hold on. Which Russell Crowe though? Are we talking Romper Stomper Russell Crowe or the fucking last whatever Exorcist where he's all fat and riding a scooter?
Priest.
I mean,
Or
that
Gladiator.
depends. That depends on how you would like me to react to that movie, but I prefer
Right.
any of them over the guy they got. But yeah, I mean, like,
It's awesome we can be like, so what era Russell Crowe?
yeah.
There's so
Post
many.
Romper Stomper, pre Gladiator, preferably
Right.
if my husband's out of town. But for watchability, maybe like right post Gladiator. I don't know.
Right.
Beautiful
But all
mind, Russell Crowe.
Yeah. but all of them better than the guy they got. Okay.
What a life that is to be a fucking celebrity where your just physical appearance is on fucking just on display for decades and decades and decades.
Hey, to be fair, I think bloated alcoholic Russell Crowe is hot.
I mean, there's like
I
a
just
charming,
think his movies suck
there's,
now.
There's like a cuteness to him. Like, oh, he's, you know.
I saw him and I thought, I'm ready for him to be the next Santa Claus in a movie. I was
right.
ready.
Right. I get it.
He's very jolly looking.
But I don't know. I'm a realist. I don't mind. People age, they gain weight, their faces
totally.
get bigger, their ears and nose get bigger, whatever. Maybe they drink a lot. And
He's definitely going to get one of them red noses.
Yes. And somehow Mel Gibson doesn't have the blown up complete alcoholic face.
Well, because
he like still kind of looks like him.
Because
he might have money to fix it.
Yeah, he's on.
I don't think he gives a fuck. He is high as shit on like white supremacy and cocaine at all times.
He's all jacked on like TRT and HGH and fucking peptides and all this other shit. So he's staying fit, but
mainlining chlorophyll. Yeah.
Yeah. He's always red, so you could tell he's like on some growth hormone. He's always just flushed constantly. It's either that
Despite
or
his
cocaine.
bullshit, I would like love to hang out with him for a day.
Oh, I'm sure he's fucking.
I think that's why Vince Vaughn just did that movie with him.
Yeah.
Is it Vince Vaughn?
Yeah. He's like, I just want to fucking see, man. I just want to see.
Yeah, he's probably like wild in a good time, wild in a way that's dangerous but fun because you don't know what could happen.
He still called Winona Ryder the only slur I had never heard anything like before.
He's a character, that's for sure.
I've told you what that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we discussed it off air on an episode a long time ago.
For those of you listening who don't know, I think Winona Ryder was like 16, maybe 18, and saw him at an award show, and he called her a little oven dodger.
Yeah.
That is so rough.
Like, I don't even know, like, especially this beautiful, like, young actress who is just like weird and quirky and lovely. Like, this fucking coked out fool, that is what the first thing when he met her, he decided to say to her. It is fucking incredibly crazy. And according to her, and I think later he admitted, it was like a circle of like 12 people. And that was one of her first award show experiences. And she said she couldn't believe nobody defended her or said anything. Everyone kind of just was like, ha, 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 ha.
They're probably like, what the fuck did he say?
You know,
Jesus
the
Christ.
80s. The 80s. Who cares?
Whatever. That's all.
They're all so full of themselves. They have no idea.
Yeah, they weren't even listening. They're just like, oh, this is where you laugh. Ha, 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 ha.
Wait, could I be in the next Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool to be anti-Semitic this week.
Yeah.
100%.
The only other one, and I think, I can't remember, did we talk about the creature feature J.J. Abrams is doing?
Maybe. Refresh our
So-
memories.
We may have talked about it when they announced it, but so Brie Larson, Captain America.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah. So J.J. Abrams is producing it, but it's written by Brian Duffield And then the director is the guy who directed Strange Darling, JT Molnar.
Okay.
So that Brie Larson's the main character and basically is a creature feature called Failsafe. And it's about a young boy whose father spends most of his time making sure his mother doesn't kill everyone because it turns out his mother is like this creature. So apparently it's like part horror movie, part lighthearted comedy, part like black comedy because
So like the monkey.
I'm sure something's going to go wrong. So fuck, I need to finish The Monkey. I started watching it on my flight and it was actually like way funnier than I thought it would be.
That what you just described sounds like the monkey. So like dark horror comedy. Is the Failsafe movie though? I think if I'm correct, is that one part of the potential Cloverfield universe? Because he is coming out with another Cloverfield movie. And I think apparently that movie is supposed to be in the same time period or universe as 10 Cloverfield Lane. The Failsafe movie you were just talking about.
Oh, okay. That could be cool.
I might be mixing things up or might be putting two of his projects together. But I'm pretty sure he's doing
here.
I know. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure he's doing like there's like an actual Cloverfield sequel coming out very soon, like another one. But I think this one might be still in universe, like slusho things around and other Cloverfield's Easter eggs for all the Cloverfield nerds out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fun.
A little double dose of Cloverfield news there, possibly.
Possibly.
We'll see. You got anything else? I got two. I'm going to start off with some sad news and then bring it up.
Yes.
So, Ella Mae Smith, who was one of the original ghouls in Night of the Living Dead, had passed away when we were recording this. So yesterday, her and her husband lived in front of the farmhouse that the movie took place in, and she was a zombie, but I guess she was battling who knows what for a little while, but she had passed away. So Pittsburgh is mourning the death of Ella Mae Smith. She was a great ambassador for Night of the Living Dead and all of that, as most zombies are and people from the Burgh. That's sad. So rest in peace, Miss Smith. The other one that sounds like it could be fun. Vampire zombies from space.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot in a sentence.
So it's going to be a black and white horror comedy that satirizes 1950s drive-in movies. Right. So that should be fun. The little synopsis is a motley crew consisting of a grizzled detective, a skeptical rookie cop, a chain-smoking greaser, and a determined young woman band together to stop Dracula's cosmic plan to turn the small town of Marlow into his personal army of vampire zombies. So that sounds fun. If, I like, very Plan 9-y type kind of thing. And I'm down for it. It's in black and white, and that's the thing.
It's called The Vampires from Outer Space?
Vampire Zombies from Outer Space. Or Vampire Zombies from Space.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that'll be cool. I'm down for that.
Fun.
Yeah.
That sounds very fun.
Indeed. So that's all my news. Be on the lookout for that.
Cool.
That's all I got. Anyone got anything else before we get out of here?
I don't think so.
All right.
Nope.
Well, that's been
Oh, sweet. The trailer has dropped from Vampire Zombies from Space. I'll have to watch.
There we go.
I'll watch that next to Jurassic Park.
It all comes back around to Jurassic Park. Anyway, guys, Night of the Creeps, a movie that should have been done a long time ago, but I'm glad it wasn't because I get to do it with you folks.
I scrolled back to think that maybe you guys had done it before my time, but no.
No, I just mentioned it in our top 80s episodes in the very, very beginning and then never talked about it, which is fucking crazy to me. So anyway, here is the synopsis. Alien brain parasites entering humans through the mouth turn their hosts into a killing zombie horde. Some teenagers start to fight against them. I mean, they're not really, I guess they're teenagers, but they're college teens. So they're
going
adults.
to prom?
No, they're They're
They're
just
young
go-
adults.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They're at like
yeah.
a college party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fred Dekkers' first movie.
Hmm.
There's so much to talk about this movie.
Written in 1 week.
I love it. So there's not going to be much bad for me to say about it. Aliens. I'll start off with the bad stuff I didn't like about it real quick. The aliens, the silly, cute little aliens. Not that I
Where
didn't
are
like
they?
them. What are they?
No, why
Oh.
didn't they come back?
Well, okay.
I watched the documentary about
But-
the making
but-
of this movie.
right,
and they
right.
talk about that.
But they did, depending on what movie you watched, what
Yes.
ending. Which ending
There's
did
two
you watch?
endings.
Yeah, there's 2 endings.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's the theatrical one, which has the dog that comes up at the end and shoots the thing, and that was the one that was on that first came out. But
That's what I saw.
that's not the original ending. The original ending has the so the original ending.
Oh no,
had-
sorry, the spaceship came, but the
Right.
alien. I mean, but the alien
aliens didn't.
creatures weren't like hanging out.
No, but they just wanted to do like a
You can't start out a movie with cute little asses like that and then not bring them back.
naked little people running around. And even admitted Fred Dekker, like it got a laugh initially, so he wasn't like too upset about it because it gives the audience permission to laugh at some stuff. But he did also think it was kind of silly looking, which I did. It kind of like it totally throws me off. I mean, I love it, but also I'm like, okay, the rest of the movie doesn't fit these little guys.
Right.
This starts off so cute.
It doesn't, but in theory, on paper,
Right.
it totally does because of the mission of the movie to kind of hit every single horror, like B horror movie trope.
Right, absolutely.
Right.
But yes, but in execution on film, it doesn't look like it fits.
No, they're like
Right.
hairless Ewoks. And you're like,
Sure.
sure. What? Yeah, so there's that. I thought
They remind me of Ghoulies.
totally.
Yeah, yes,
Totally.
they did. They had the same butts as
Mhm.
Ghoulies.
Yep. And that's what I look for in a monster.
Exactly.
A little tiny butt.
They're little butts. The
About
other
2 feet tall. Nice little butt.
and the
Yeah,
other
like a little California raisin running across the screen. That's where they got the inspiration. It's the same
Right.
time period.
Yeah. The other thing I thought there was like just a little too much comedic interaction between the kids in some of the scenes that it got a little like John Hughesy as opposed to the rest of the like rest of the movie. It'd be like a 2-minute scene where it's, oh, I could be watching The Breakfast Club or whatever John Hughes movie.
It was like
is.
Weird Science.
Right.
And had a lot of the same actors.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that was like my negatives about it. Everything else, I'm so on board with. Like, I love this movie. Love it. Anyone else got anything anyone else want to shit on it?
Shit on it.
Mm,
I mean,
I
the
don't
things
really-
I liked were also things that would be shitty. So
Yeah.
kind of weird.
yeah, this is one of those scenarios where when you're going into it, especially like going into it after it's already been out. Like I didn't watch this in 1986, but it 100% nails what it's going for.
Absolutely.
And so I watched this movie freshman year of college. I went to like a film theater music school,
Mhm.
and all my friends were like the film friends, big film people, because I didn't major in an instrument. And so I went and hung out at one of my film nerd friends' houses, and we used to always watch horror movies on like Tuesdays. Just get fucking drunk and stoned and eat pizza and watch horror movies. That's how
Look
I
out
saw a
for
lot
butts.
Always.
You know, like butts and boobs. If there's boobs in a horror movie, it already starts at a 5.
Which
right
there
there.
is in this movie.
Yeah. Yep. So, but like that, it's kind of like where I saw this, and I saw Night of the Demons, and all these movies like that. And so, going into this, I was already set up with knowing what I was getting into, and so I just had so much fun watching this movie, and I don't really have much bad to say about it.
Yeah. I don't.
You kind of get what it kind of nails what it's going for.
Well, Fred Dekker, like he grew up on that's what he wanted to do. And if you watch the documentary, like it's also on a lot of the commentary on the DVD and Blu-rays. Like he took everything he loved. Like I want some science fiction. I need some aliens and I need some zombies because he's a huge Romero fan. And he wants to make it like a retro kind of deal. And he put it all in a blender and got this. So
And it works out pretty good because there's too many elements that it shouldn't work out.
yeah.
Beyond like the little aliens part that really doesn't work.
But
it's
also kind of does. It's so weird.
yeah,
You accept it. You're kind of like, I accept
yeah.
these little cute guys in the beginning.
I think where this movie shines is Atkins. Without
Oh,
him,
Tom Atkins.
without Tom Atkins, this movie
Yeah.
is not a good movie at all. I think it lives and dies by him, and that's like if you really think about it, like unless you have another strong Tom Atkins type character, you're not
Yeah.
really gonna nail this movie. He is to me, he is the movie.
And none of the kids were great, right?
Right.
I think they were all fine and they all played the tropes, but like, even though I know you said it's no John Hughes movie, and I was like, it reminded me of Weird Science, like all those movies had like those characters were good enough that people remember
Right.
those characters.
Right.
Like the two nerds are like, what the fuck ever. Like the jock guy, he's like bleached hair, but he's not tan, and then he wears clothes that
Bubba.
don't match his complexion.
Bubba from
And
Mama's
I know
Family.
I'm a girl, so I'm judging that shit. But it's like, it's just weird. It's like he almost purposely, or maybe they just didn't develop them enough to make them like really likable. The main girl was the only one that was almost that.
Yep,
Yeah.
100% agree.
I liked JC, the crippled kid. I mean, I liked all the characters, but he was like the wise ass and was funny. I thought the dynamic
Yeah.
between him and Chris, you know, him trying to live vicariously through his able-bodied friend, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, go get the chick, go do this. I can't do this because I'm on fucking crutches."
Even
My
though
legs aren't
he's like not that bad. That's the best part. is
right,
he's, like,
right.
mildly disabled, but in this movie he's like shown to be a cripple. I loved when he was in the bathroom though, and the Monster Squad
Oh,
thing
yeah, yeah.
was written on the wall.
Go Monster Squad.
And then the striper thing.
Yep.
That was cool.
Was Monster Squad before this?
After that was
Okay.
the year after 87.
Okay.
Which for me, I think this movie suffered a lot from, like you said, Oubliette, having good, I mean, the characters in general, like the characters themselves were great. Tom Atkins did, like the level of camp in this is awesome. This is a absolute like throwback drive-in B movie. Like if you watch this at a drive-in, you'd be like, dude, this is the fucking shit. Hell yeah. But some of the actors weren't great. So it's a little shaky. Like this, I always had a tough time between like this and Fright Night.
Yeah.
Because Fright Night is like the same kind of movie, and Monster Squad, since obviously you did Monster Squad, but Fright Night is like the same kind of movie, a little campy, but it just has like better actors, and like the execution is just a little better. Whereas this one, I mean, granted, this is his first movie, so there was a lot of like editing issues. If you guys noticed, when I'm gonna keep calling him Bubba from Mama's Family, but Brad, what's her name's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, trips him, and he keeps pulling out he has a tape recorder. They cut that whole scene. He was recording the whole interaction. So then when they went back to Detective Cameron, that he played it for him. It's like, look, we didn't have anything to do with it. So then there was just a lot of little inconsistencies like that. But yeah, it was just like the Monster Squad hit his stride, even though it's with a bunch of little kids. Like the acting and
I mean, that movie is so good.
Right. The fucking, just the timing and everything is way better. The editing's better. It's smoother.
I mean, he learned everything he learned in his first movie. He brought into that.
Exactly. So, but I mean,
and he had a decent budget for this too. I mean,
yeah. But aside from
small,
that, I
but
mean,
still.
dude, he had all the horror themes. Great drive-in movie. He set everything up with like lore, like we like. There was enough setup. Yeah, I just thought it was super fun. Effects were good. Monsters. I mean,
yeah, I love the scene. I really like the scene towards the climax where all the creeps are coming into the house or into the sorority house, and Tom Atkins is like fighting them off and shooting them and spinning around.
Oh yeah.
They got him on the spin. But my favorite part of that all is he's like, while it's happening, all the sorority girls are like still getting ready for the dance as if they're still
Yep.
going. And he's like,
Yeah,
he's like, get out, get ready for the dance, get to the dance. It's like, somebody yells like, go to the dance still, like while this is all happening.
Well,
Like, they're still getting ready. Like they're upstairs getting ready. Like I think in my mind, I always, every time I see that scene, it's like, how do they not know what's going on downstairs?
yeah. He just walks in and he's like, just walking through, and they're like, "We're gonna call the cops." He's like, "You do that," and then, but that has one of the best lines. He's like, "Well, girls, I got good news and bad news." And they're like, "What?" He's like, "Good news is your dates are here. What's the bad news? They're dead."
Yeah.
And, like, he played that character so good.
It's the ultimate trailer catch line too. Like,
And his thrill me. And again, that was Fred Dekker being like, the 80s had every action movie had the hero saying some fucking ridiculous tagline anytime he did something. Like, when he shoots the one guy, he's like, "It's Miller time." He just shoots him.
yeah.
Makes
Dude,
zero
the
sense.
lines were,
Yeah. The dialogue's fucking amazing. And
and super 80s. So much 80s dialogue.
I love when movies will go from black and white to color, because they're shown in the past and then going to the present day. Like, I love that. And I love the dream sequence. And he's, he starts off on the beach. He sees his fucking high or college girlfriend or whatever come up out of the ocean. And then he goes to stand up. He's wearing a fucking white tux, sunglasses on the fucking beach. He stands up and he's in his cop uniform and he's holding her severed arm with a corsage, because it's a dream. So nothing makes sense. And he moves closer and the arm turns into his shotgun, but he still has the corsage on his uniform. And then, the villain, the crazy guy that hacked his girlfriend up back in the day. This is a movie that was on always, as a lot of movies were back in the day. The Sunday night or Thursday night movie, like all the time. And it tripped me out, as we talked about the two different endings, because I would see it, and then since it was always on, they would play both of them, like both endings. And we get to the ending, I'm like, what? Wait, am I tripping? Like, did I just imagine where there's a spaceship? And that's before internet, so you don't know. You're just
like the Goonies intro.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. All that stuff.
And the sea creature.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Dekker saying that he pushed really hard to make this movie in black and white, which is crazy. I think I prefer it in color, even though I do appreciate what he was going for.
I did watch it all in black and white, as I do with a lot of movies. It plays great.
It's still fun. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, because
I think it would be good.
Extra campy.
It makes it more like like the Blob or something, or Them, some crazy, silly, fucking movie from, back then.
I mean,
but
the whole intro of this movie, like, you think you've seen it before, even if you haven't.
Oh yeah.
Because that whole intro, like, bites so much dialogue from other movies, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like every single trope
and he was
that you've known and loved.
The whole lettering, like, he wanted a famous monsters type thing. Yeah. So he had some guy come up with it, and it's felt or silk, and they, did all the shit, it's superimposing stuff. So, like, there's a lot of clever stuff he did in it for it being his first movie. And I appreciate the practical effects, even though they're like on a string or like a motor, like, you believe that.
Oh yeah.
There's one part in the commentary where they're asking
except
him,
for the dog.
Well, dude, he hated that part.
That one part, it's like such like a puppet.
Yep.
It's so funny. It's like it's the angriest, bloody puppet dog.
And he hates that. And that's another thing. Again, there's like such really good parts in the movie, and then there's like, you got the cute little aliens, and then you have the puppet dog.
I like the puppet dog.
I mean,
it's so funny.
Yeah, it totally works, but
or like the guy showed up one day, the puppeteer showed up with one day, and they're like, "This is what we got."
Yeah.
And he's like, Absolutely. God damn it.
It's like, we really need this dog in this film, but how the fuck are we going to pull this off?
Which, I mean, the movie is so fun. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, sure, you notice it, but it is what it is.
It makes watching it fun.
Oh,
I do have to say, they did one thing that some people may have thought as lazy or bad, but the one time that you do see boobies and the girls in the shower, I don't know if you noticed, but both showers they show, the girls are not getting their hair under the showers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, in true 80s and even somewhat now fashion, if you tease that shit up or do it, you fucking shower, but you do not let water touch that hair.
Fuck that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
especially if you
And
went out
I
to
laughed
get it done.
so hard. And Christian's like,
absolutely.
my husband's like, why are you laughing? I'm like, they actually did the, in trades
Yeah.
fashion. They did it
Right.
accurate. Those girls are not letting their hair get wet before the dance because it's been done. They're
Right.
cleaning everything else, but not the hair.
Dude, I love the self-awareness of this movie too. Like everything, what is this, some bad B movie? When he goes into the, when the guy gets out of the fucking freezer.
Oh yeah, it's so like it just almost breaks the fourth wall so many times and
Oh,
doesn't.
right.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene where I think there's like a scene that might break the fourth wall where they're hiding like in, which like why the fuck would they do this when they go running and they're hiding in the fucking
In the shed.
In the shed. You're like, why would you go
Yep.
there? Like it's like the ultimate like why was this the place to go?
Oh, well, that they put that in there after the movie was done.
Really?
Because they watched it. I think it got
It
shown.
didn't have like enough suspense or something.
It didn't have enough like action, is from what Fred Dekkers said. So
Okay.
like it got put out in theaters for, like a limited run maybe. And then they watch it and they're like, oh, we need to go back and put something in there because there's not enough action.
It's a good scene, but it's just
Right.
funny because it's like, why the fuck would you do
Right.
that?
Yeah.
And then like just gets blasted from behind, like, oh shit.
And they're so slow. It's like, yeah, why would you go into the fucking
Yeah.
shed
You could just
and
run
get
around
stuck?
him.
Yeah, you just
Yep.
so he was a big Roger Corman fan. So did anyone catch that the name of the university was Corman University?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
and all the
bunch of
last names of all the characters.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
The horror directors.
Dick Miller, who plays the one cop where Detective Cameron and Chris go and get the flamethrower and stuff. So Dick Miller is the cop and his name's Walter, which was his name in A Bucket of Blood.
Mm.
Mhm.
And yeah, my lady pointed that out. She's like, wasn't that his name in A Bucket of Blood? I'm like, I don't remember. Hit up old IMDb. I was like, oh yeah, it was. Look at that. So that
Yeah.
I just
Sergeant
love
Raimi,
like
Detective Landis.
Yep. And the running gags. I mean, we can't not mention screaming like banshees.
Oh yeah. Over and over and over again.
But if you just any older person will bring shit up like that constantly,
Mhm.
so it's funny to see him. I'm like, yeah, that's so accurate. Like I absolutely, like my dad will do that, or my gram used to do that, like days after something, and they would just bring that one part back up and it would crack them up. Oh, or commercials. Old people love to do it with commercials. Oh, it's fucking whatever Budweiser commercial or whatever it is. And they just keep bringing it up. Oh man, that really cracks me up. Like, yeah, that's totally accurate. But I love that part. Screaming like banshees. It's so good.
It's definitely like an 80s classic for sure. Like it's definitely up there with like those other campy type of like 80s like Night of Demons and the stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. It
fits perfectly.
It hits all the beats that you want, like a good schlocky. I mean, it's pretty well done, but very B horror movie to hit, like sci-fi horror movie to hit.
Night of Comet.
Mm-hmm.
Night of the Comet for sure.
Yeah.
And like a lot of stuff, like he's really inspired by Kubrick and things. So there's some shots that he would also do like that, which I appreciate. But it's just nice to see a young, because what was he, like 27 when he made this?
He was young.
He was young, and it's like it's a nice like love letter. Like even though like he was like, I want to make like a B, I want to make this B horror movie with all these like B horror movie tropes. It becomes, because it was handled with such care. Even though like obviously there's flubs in this, like you could tell like it came with a lot of love. So
right.
because of that, it comes out in the final product where it's like, yeah, this is campy, but like clearly it was made by somebody who cares a lot.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
And it was just. It was just so good. Like it was campy in the right way. Like even just the dumb dialogue. Like even with the detective at the end when he's going in and he's just like, whatever, zombies, exploding heads, creepy crawlies, and a date to the formal. This is classic Spanky.
Spanky and alfalfa.
It's like going on.
Yeah. And like, I think that it's so hard to pull off forced camp that like I want to say that this was not on purpose, but it's totally on purpose and it just works really well.
Right.
That, like,
Dude,
you know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
like nowadays people try to do camp all the time, and
Right.
it's not easy to pull off because it's like there's too big of a budget to do it or
Right.
something,
No.
you know. And this is like it is naturally campy, but it definitely seems like it was written that way and performed perfectly. That you're like, this is written camp. This is actual written camp, and
No,
so
it
I
translates
appreciate
so
that.
well.
Yeah,
Right.
I think we hadn't seen that a lot for a while until for me, like Thanksgiving had that kind of
Right.
level of camp. Still not as great as the 80s, but like that was the first movie I saw in a while that had those kinds of lines and that kind of camp where it didn't feel like they are just trying
it's
too
forced,
fucking hard
yeah.
right now.
right.
And it's like the wrong place and time for that.
Well, that's the thing. It sucks because everything is such like a corporate big budget. We need to get this fucking done and it has to be right type thing. Not that it wasn't back then, but you can tell the movies that were more like guerrilla style. Oh, we're going to have fun. Like, you know, Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Sure.
Campy and meant to be campy, but the people performing the camp were having fun. And they're probably naturally funny. Like a lot of the characters in this are like, you know, the actors, they talk about, oh, well, this guy was a fucking comedian the whole time on the set and everyone was just having fun. And this is one of Tom Atkins' favorite movies he's ever worked on. He's like, the movie was just fun. Like I didn't have a bad time at all on this movie. Like it was all just fun and it shows. And even when things aren't perfect or even when there's editing issues, that pulls it through. So yeah, this movie fucking rules. That's all I know.
It's a very fun 80s movie.
Let's do we not give it a score, or should we give it a score?
Hell yeah, we got to give it a score.
I think E should go first.
Yes, E, go first.
Oh boy. All right. See, this is gonna be the point where you guys are like, but you just talked this movie up.
Setting the corn bar.
Uh-huh. So for the cute, alien-y, creepy zombie candy corns, I went back and forth with this because I went back. This and Fright
You're your
Night.
own worst enemy, buddy.
Man.
You are your own worst enemy. And that's what I love about you. You're going to edit and yourself down to like whatever you do.
But I was like, this and Fright Night were in my top 80s movies that we did.
Mm-hmm.
While I think I like this as much as Fright Night. Fright Night got a 4.5 zombie candy corns just because the overall product is better. Like the actors are better, the editing's better.
More polished.
It's more polished. And I try to be a little objective, even though we give our opinions. I try to be objective and bring all the technical stuff into it, and factor into the candy corns. So for this, I'm like, okay, it's a little more sloppy, a little more rough around the edges. There's maybe one or two things I didn't like more about this movie, like technical aspects wise, than Fright Night. So, but it was close. I had to give it 4.25.
Well, that's high as fuck.
Candy corns. Yeah, it was. It could. I like it as much as a 4.5, but
wow,
being objective, there's some things where you're like, once you notice them, you're kind of
surprise me. Right, you surprise me sometimes.
You're like, okay, that's kind of sloppy, and it kind of takes away a little bit of just the overall product. But I mean, they're really interchangeable. But if I'm being objective and honest,
Terry looks like a little empathetic, like right now, like he's mad, like he's kind of sad. He's about to give a score that's a lot less than what you just gave. As to where I am, and I don't feel bad about it because I do think this is a very fun and awesome movie.
I agree.
Just like I think Class of 1999 is too, and Motel Hell, motherfucker.
Motel Hell. I don't know about that one. 99. I'll give you.
Come on,
You know,
gotta eat, man.
there's certain movies, especially like stuff like this, where it's like a classic, and it's from a time period that it gets, in my eyes, automatically graded like on a curve.
Right.
Like I'm great.
Oh, totally.
And maybe this is just because like I appreciate the effort and hard work and the amount of money that they're dealing with when going into reviewing everything we review.
Right.
I kind of like do it against its own, like what it's got working for it and against it.
Totally.
So I couldn't say like, oh, like if I gave this like a 3.5 or 3 out of 5 candy corns, it wouldn't be the same as giving it like, like a new, like, like Hereditary a 3 out of 5. They're like two different 3 out of 5s.
Right.
Saying that, for what this movie is, I will give this a 3.8.
Okay. I like that.
Corn out of 5.
Okay, dude. Yeah, I agree. Like I said,
because I'm rating it specifically up against the other movies that in its wheelhouse.
Right. And that's like part of the thing. Like Fright. Like I might like.
I like this. Fright Night is a better movie than this.
Right.
Better made movie. This is I know what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I love science fiction. Aliens and zombies are like my jam. So this put everything in that. So I might personally like it at least the same as Fright Night. Because I watch this and Fright Night all the fucking time. Like always. Because they're so good, such good movies. But yeah, like you said, like technically it's not as polished. So the product of Fright Night it's just a little better. So I have to be honest about that. So I had to just knock it down. But I watch this movie a lot. I watched it every time it would come on TV. I'm like, fuck yes.
You have a lot of nostalgic memories attached to it.
Every time it would come on TV, I'm like, dude, I'm watching this. Like these fucking slugs just shoot out of the people's heads, and there's like a zombie hatchet murderer that comes up through the fucking house mother's cottage and kills her, and then you got Tom Atkins. Like
it's kind of like the old, like late 80s, early 90s, like video games where it's just like,
dude, absolutely.
You'd be playing like I don't know, like a Ninja Turtle game, and for some reason a bat would fly at you. Like there's no bat in Ninja Turtles, and then there'd be like a zombie come after you.
Yeah,
it's like all the things we could throw at you.
Yeah, and it has everything in it that I love. So yeah, I can watch this constantly.
All right, Oobs, you're up. I gave my corn score.
So this movie has most things in it I really like. I absolutely love 80s horror. It's one of my favorite genres.
It is one of the best.
And oddly enough, I had never seen this. And I don't mean like saw parts of it. I had never seen this movie at all.
Some people haven't.
Until this viewing?
And other than maybe the first 15 minutes where I was like, I have definitely seen this, but I think it's just because they quoted a lot of other stuff. But maybe I had. But no, I don't. I mean, possibly I did. I watched a lot of late night TV, but I don't remember ever seeing it before. But I do remember always seeing the cover on the VHS. So that being said, what? Oh, I'm not doing anything crazy here, guys.
Waiting with bated breath.
No, it's just funny. Like something happened, and now my Zoom is like this little tiny screen. I gotta make it bigger because it's got so small. It was like right as I said that, I hit a button and you shrunk down. I'm like, oh God,
honey, who shrunk?
They are scared of what I'm gonna say.
The co-hosts.
And I love Monster Squad, so I just want to say that too.
Yeah,
I give this movie a solid like 3, which is really good.
Oh yeah.
That is,
as E always says, it's real good.
Yeah, I mean that averages out to a 3.7. That's pretty high.
I was leaning really more towards like 2.75, 2.5. But
Final answer.
But I'll give it. I'm giving it a friend bonus right now.
Oh wow!
So I'll give it a 3.
I didn't know that
Only
we had lifelines.
only-
in this.
Well, only because I've like possibly manipulated or tried to sway other people's votes before and doing
Sure,
a slightly higher score. So I'm just gonna slightly bump mine without anyone having to do that, because if people I love it, then I love it more. And so if it had that kind of effect on E's life, then it deserves at least a 3. So
It absolutely did. It's like the thing I
and
like.
I'll use that later. So just remember that. Remember this.
It's noted in the old brain.
Okay.
The thing I liked, one of the things I liked about this movie, and how the explanation. So you have like Night of the Living Dead and a bunch of other movies where they kind of allude.
You like
to,
love this. You love this so much.
Well, but it like closed the loop on something that some movies don't do, where they kind of allude to like, oh, well, what's causing this? Where they kind of show you, and it doesn't take long. They're like, oh yeah, there's fucking aliens, and he tossed some brain slugs out in space, and it falls to Earth, and that's what causes these zombies. There's like enough explanation, and then with the end, with the spaceship end, because yes, there's 2 endings. For those of you who don't know, there's one with the puppet dog comes up at the end and shoots a brain slug into a little creep into the girl's mouth. And then the original ending, which is after the house blows up, after Tom Atkins saves the world, Tom Atkins' burned corpse is shown shuffling through the street, all burned up, falls down, head splits open, the creeps roll into the cemetery. And then a giant spaceship comes in the searching form, which, you know, it doesn't just leave it open like, oh, all right, this is the generic cliffhanger scare moment at the end. It brings something back like, oh, which I always thought it left it open for a sequel. I'm like, oh shit, okay, now what's going to happen with the aliens? But that never came to fruition. But yeah, I think this movie will grow on you. Oobs. I think if you watch it, you're like, oh, you know what? This is kind of funny because it has.
No, I liked it. It's an 80s movie. Like it has all the 80s shit I like. It doesn't need to grow on me more. I like it.
Oh, it doesn't need to, but I think like
this director
because
if it came on, I wouldn't turn it off.
Right.
This was only my my 3rd or 4th viewing,
and it was short.
Yeah, we like that.
It
was
seems
90
good.
minutes. You know, yeah, in and out.
I just didn't like the characters that much, other than the cop.
That's valid.
That is valid.
Yeah.
Like if you took him out of it, this would be a really, like Terry said, it'd be a real shitty movie. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there'd be cool shit in it, but like the rest of the actors, like, and even the costuming and some of the stuff, like, and I like tropey, but it was like real.
Right.
So,
and that's a totally valid criticism for this, because I get it. Like, yes, they're not. I mean, they're fine. The actors are fine, but it's still not. It's like, you know, it's Russ from fucking European Vacation.
Look, when he goes to take out the gun and that bit actor who's in everything, the guy from Gremlins is there, and they have their little exchange, that is the best acting in the movie.
I could not figure out that guy. I knew who he was. I could not figure out who he was.
Yeah, Dick Miller in everything.
Yeah, he's in everything. That sequence, 1 minute long, best acting in the entire movie.
Yeah.
Fight me on it. It was.
Yeah. Oh, no. No.
Like,
I agree.
So that's the thing. Like the story, like the director, I love the writing, the directing, everything else, but there was like a lot to be desired otherwise. And like, it's funny because I like this movie, but I would love to take some other actors and throw them in a couple different roles and like tweak minor things. And this could be a 5. Like
totally. Well,
and I think that's the part that kind of bums me out. Cause I'm like, oh man, if they would have just like, if he would have been farther on in his career and they would have picked like slightly better people, like it could have been really, really, really good.
Well, that's what I was like saying about Monster Squad. Like, even though it's definitely like
that's a fucking classic,
or
like,
a child-centered movie, level. The acting and everything is so much tighter. And with this movie, there is less of like a veil of seriousness or like dread. Like it's almost, the camp is almost too campy at some points where you're not really necessarily like, there's no sense of dread. Whereas like even in the Monster Squad with all the children, the entire movie, you're like, oh, there's like a serious undertone to this. And a lot of
this movie to me isn't like scary or dreadful,
right. It's just
or
fun.
like tension. It's funny.
Right. And same thing with Fright Night. Like there's dread lurking around like the whole movie.
Funny,
where this
funny,
is just
Fright
like
Night got brought up a lot because as a kid, and I go to the video store, I would see Night of the Creeps and I would see Fright Night, and Fright Night, the poster and the movie cover for that movie scared the fuck out of me.
Oh yeah.
Same. Terrifying.
And I didn't see that movie until maybe like within the last 10 years for the first time, because I had built it up so much as a kid that like it like fucked me up maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it, I was like, this is a goddamn horror comedy, and I was so afraid of it as like a kid.
Right. But even
it is scary, but it is funny.
But there's always like, it's just a little bit more serious, where this is just fun. Like nothing's
so
ever
fun.
scary.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, this is like a fun monster movie. And
yeah. Totally.
So yeah, I support everyone's score. I think they're valid and great. And
You're valid.
Oh wow, we are such a nice group.
we are. And if anyone has not seen Night of the Creeps, you definitely should, especially if you love 80s movies, 80s horror movies with camp. Like all the camp is great. Sometimes it may be too campy or to be serious, but it's fun. It makes it fun. Like everything is done well with the camp and the fucking characters and just the overall fun and kind of like blendered influences. I think probably the best we've seen in a long time, or even like in the 80s, because it gets literally like everything in there. Like it throws all of it in there. So I mean, I don't know. You should.
He is glowing right now, guys.
Glowing. I have a boner right now.
He's gushing.
Yes.
I was trying
out of all orifices
and gross, but
there's a second Fright Night.
Oh yeah. Friday Night too. Not as good.
Boogaloo.
Not as good.
Electric Boogaloo.
Uncle Rico's in it.
Not as good.
Oh,
that's true.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people. It's good though. Yeah, you should check it out.
Usually it'd be my turn to pick the next movie, but
we have a special thing. Yes, announce it. Breaking news.
Yes, we mentioned it briefly, like alluded. We've talked about this movie or the person, whatever. Anyways, getting back to the point because I just got off topic, going around in circles. Lisa Belcher is directed House of Abraham. We spoke about it on Horror News maybe 2 episodes ago because we talked about how we got a screener for it.
We did.
So
I still need to find mine.
Dude, I'll send you the link.
We'll send you ours.
I can't find it anywhere. I know, but it really bothers me. I don't know where it went.
Anyways, I am not picking the next movie or the movie after. The next movie we are doing, Lisa Belcher, the director of House of Abraham, picked, and she wants to do Sinners.
Yes.
So we're going to do Sinners, and then after that, the next movie we're going to do is House of Abraham. She will not be on that one. And hopefully...
Because she wants our honest opinions without her there.
She was so cute because she listened to our other podcast where we said, like, we hope you don't hate it and shit on it. And she just wrote me being like, shit on it. It's fine. Like, if you don't like it, like, just, it's cool that you guys are doing it. I think I'm going to like it. So I'm not real worried about it. He's the one that's going to shit all over it. So
I can't really say anything because I already watched it.
He's already seen it.
Yeah, I already seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys will just have to see. I told you. I think you guys will like it.
He thinks we'll like it.
Yeah,
which means he's going to shit on it.
If he hates it,
I can honestly say I do not hate it.
However,
wow, that's great.
In the last couple months, when was I out west? Like a few months ago, March. Since March of 2025, we've been very positive. Everybody's been very. We've had a lot of positive reviews. He has given his highest scores ever. I think I'm rubbing off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. You've been like dropping yours.
I know.
Well, we're finding a medium.
Balance.
I'm not
Life
a serial
balance.
Yeah, I'm not super positive anymore, and he's not super
We're
negative.
playing hot potato here all the time.
You know, you never know.
We don't know.
We're gonna zig when you think we're gonna zag. So
And
yeah, that'll be fun.
I'm the wild card sometimes.
You are the wild card.
You are.
That is the story of my fucking life, dude. Meanwhile, I'm like, I feel pretty grounded. I don't know what everyone's talking about.
You are. You just like throw curveballs every once in a while.
Oh
Ain't
no,
nothing-
I know.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Fine. I was kidding about that.
Girl,
While
you're
we've
not.
been talking, I got targeted off of IMDb to go to some horror merchandise website, and they're having a big
don't do
Memorial
it.
Day.
Oh,
They're having a
don't
big
do it.
Memorial
You
Day
did it.
sale. I was like,
Uh-oh. God damn it.
but only for three days left.
Never-
There's
never
$12
quit.
mystery shirts. $12 mystery shirts.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys.
That'll be fun.
Get excited.
Yeah.
Go see Sinners, so we could talk about it. Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna shit on that one.
Yeah.
Racist.
Yeah, of course.
I think
'cause, you know,
I think that's what it is. Like, he loves Elvis. Elvis was super fucking racist. So racist.
No, he wasn't.
He stole everything from
Did-
black
he did
people,
not.
and it was just like,
Did you hear how many
and then was
times
just like,
he tried
I'm
to-
mad because I have a
Yeah.
small dick, and
Yeah.
then like it was crazy, and then
Did you hear how many times he
Yes.
mentioned Romper Stomper tonight? Like 3.
Yeah.
I know it was weird. It was almost like he like jerks it to that movie.
I mean,
It's gross.
if you're gonna jerk
So
it
gross.
to Russell Crowe, it's gonna be Romper Stomper Russell Crowe.
I won't lie. Like
Yeah.
his,
I mean,
his
come on.
character is awful and
Yeah.
detestable and just the worst in that movie, but he is real good looking in it.
Yeah. No, my critiques.
That's how they get you. That's how the Nazis get you guys.
My-
They just work out and give you that first
They stay in
Screwdriver album.
shape. Yeah.
my-
Make you listen to early Michael Graves Misfits. You like this
Yeah.
stuff.
They moisturize their faces.
Oh, yeah. All my critiques of Sinners are technical. There's a lot of issues I had with it technically.
Oh, we'll talk about it in the
But we will-
episode.
Yeah,
will
we can't
discuss.
get into it
We
now.
can't get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so stay tuned for that one with our guest, and then after that we'll be doing her movie.
What's our guest's name?
I can't remember what you just said.
Don't ask me, I
Lisa
can't-
Belcher,
Lisa.
which also sounds like
Right.
an 80s sitcom name.
Yeah, Freda Felcher.
For
Lisa
some-
Belcher. It's such a good name. I would use that as a stage name.
I'd use that as my fake hotel name. Like
Oh,
checking in
that's
somewhere.
good. Sorry,
Yeah.
Lisa. We're about to use that at every hotel we stay in.
LB.
Yeah.
It's going to backfire because we're going to use it. And they're like, did you come out with that movie, House of Abraham? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. She
And
will
I'll
get-
be like, yes, I did.
Were you
It'll be
just on
fun.
Monster Candy podcast? Yes, I was.
She sounds like a
Oh, you're
lovely woman, and
famous
I
now.
can't wait to talk to her.
She has a great speaking voice.
I bet.
Good, because I don't.
I
So
thought
I'm
I
gonna
sent
sit
you her
out.
voice message to me. She sent me a voice message.
Oh, yeah, it was very
Is she in
kind.
text back? Dude, no, I know, but it was such a good speaking voice. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to take her fucking vocal cords and put them in my throat. So when I'm on the podcast, I sound like her and not me.
That would be weird.
It's a horror podcasty.
It is pretty good.
But we all love
I guess I need to warm
Oubliette's
them up a
voice.
bit. Just warm them up a little bit.
it's your voice,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it you. It's unique.
Oh, well, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
There's only one oubliette. So
Until we make the AI oubliette.
yeah. That'll
Yeah.
also be weird.
That will be weird because I think it would take AI like a real long time to get it.
Maybe. Who
Wild card.
knows? It's progressing. It's progressing pretty quick. Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in and joining us for Night of the Creeps. One of my personal favorite 80s flicks. And
It's
join
been a
us
real
next.
fun time.
Yeah, real fun time. And join us next episode for Sinners.
We're going down to the south next week. We're gonna
Mhm.
listen to some of that deal music. Yeah, you
We're gonna
heard that right? We're going down.
Yeah,
He
yes, we are.
loves
Make,
talking about it.
make sure you invite us into your homes, your
Boy.
favorite podcasting networks.
Especially for Irish.
To
Anyway, all right, guys.
We're shipping up to Boston.
Got a pot of gold. I got a pot of gold.
Haggis and potatoes.
Hello, Mr.
Anyway, all right, guys. See you later.
I got potatoes.
Give me some sugar, baby. Like scary movies.
Yeah.
Looks that big old storm right square in the eye and he says, "Get away from her, you bitch!"
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Your move, creep.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.